welcome. To do dailies to get paired up leaves. If you do main story plus dailies, you can get it in a single day. I'm well, as you can see. Thank you for asking. It's, just waiting 1 more minute until we start. I got everything ready to go, including the cocaine. Sorry, Twitch don't ban me, that's sugar. I don't have my apron on, because I don't know where it is. But that's fine, that's just life. It happens. Sugar, yes. It is sugar. Fuck you. It is sugar. It's not cocaine. I promise. Oh, hold on. Let me change. Okay, is that a little bit better? I know I probably just blew some eardrums off. Sorry about that. I'm here. Hold on. Okay, that should be a little bit better. How about now? Is this okay? Acceptable levels of volume? Might still be a little bit loud. I should get a USB microphone. Sorry, not USB. A Bluetooth microphone that I can just attach to myself to prevent too much of imbalances, I guess. Because right now I'm sitting in front of the microphone. Right now I'm sitting in front of the board. And right now I'm standing in front of the stove, so it's probably a little bit different from where I'm standing. I have to raise my voice, which is not hard when I'm trying to do a different voice. You know what it is. It's fine, good. Okay, it's already past 6, so let's get started. We keep getting. Okay, fine. So. Today we are making the recipe for pork cheeks and a little sweet called Brisas do Lixo. It's basically translated to Liz's breeze, kind of, and it's what some of you may already know as the sweet quindim, which is basically egg yolks, sugar, and coconut. That's the Brazilian version of what I'm actually going to be making, which is a Portuguese sweet, which is not as known because the Brazilian recipe just took precedence. I said, well, not precedence. It just gained more popularity, and that's literally it. And instead of coconuts, the recipe I'm making uses almonds. This is the original recipe. It uses almonds. So let me go get my chopping. Well, my chopping board can wait a little bit. Unfortunately, I will warn people ahead of time, I was not able to get my hands on actual pork cheeks because it's a rarer ingredient than I had expected. I looked it up online. Some supermarket chains had it frozen, but when I got there, it didn't have any. So I'll be using pork loin instead, a tenderloin. It's fairly similar, according to the butcher lady. So I'll just be using that instead. I'm using 1 kilo-ish. It's 1.2 almost. It's actually a little bit closer to 1.3, but that's fine. I'm just going to cut it into pieces, manageable pieces, and then we'll proceed with the recipe just the same. We have potatoes here. We're going to skin them, chop them, and boil them to act as a side for this. And everything else is mainly for the dessert. We have water, almonds, sugar, the eggs are here at the back, and then butter as well. We have garlic for the pork, bay leaf, a very beautiful bay leaf, if I may say so myself. The paprika, it's in a glass jar because it's smoked paprika, so if it's not in a glass jar, it's going to stink up the entire house, and I'm not even joking. We have the onions. This is a salt mixed with ginger and chili. It's really good. It's really fragrant, really nice, and I'm going to use that replacement to regular salt. MSG, a little bit of cayenne, and the beer that we're going to need for the pork. This is an amber beer, or ginger beer, whatever you want to call it, potato. I don't drink. This is literally just for cooking. And the parsley. We have here with me our third parsley plant because the other two unfortunately didn't make it. The first one died, just dry, and the second one unfortunately got sick. So, rip. So, let's get cooking. Let's get the cooking board first. Sorry, the cutting board. Here's the cutting board. We're going to reorganize my working space so I actually have space to work in. Okay, now we cleared up some space. What am I going to start with is the sugar and the water. We need to get the sugar, well, we need to get this to something called pearl point, which is when we stir it and lift off the spoon, there's a thin thread of sugar that comes off of the spoon, and that's when we will have to put it aside and let it rest. So let's start with that. I'm going to move the pots out of the way. put the onions in the sink because we can peel them while we wait. The parsley, I'm going to reuse a bowl of the sugar because it's still clean. It was dry. It's completely fine. Remember, scissors are a cooking utensil, perfectly valid. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. We'll be chopping this up later, but for now, let's just cut off a healthy amount of parsley. It smells really nice. Okay. Sorry. A generous amount of stems. That's the word I was looking for. English not very good. Sorry. It's not my native language. Using office supplies in the kitchen? No, this is the repurposed. It is a kitchen utensil. Don't say that in, I think it's Thailand, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry. No, I think it's Korea, if I recall correctly. Scissors are very much used in the kitchen and even in eating. Like, if you're slurping noodles, you can use the scissors to cut them. Same for eating lobster. They will use scissors to cut open lobster. Okay, so we can get this out of here. It's true! And this can be put to the side. We need to turn that on. Let's leave that minimum. Did I find the pork? No. If you cut edible paper, is it an office supply or a kitchen tool? Yes. Just gonna let that hang out in there. In the meantime, we are going to peel and cut the potatoes. And for that effect, I am going to lower the camera. If it's edible, would it just be food then? Well, yes, technically. Technically speaking, yes. Okay, unfortunately, we seem to have lost our good potato peeler, so we're just going to be using this one, which is a little bit old, but it's still functional. And it doesn't help the fact that I'm left-handed. Well, actually it does, because this blade has been used less. Oof, you can tell it's old. And the potato is also soft, which is not very ideal. It's getting caught, the skin is getting caught a little bit, and it's not letting me cut it too well. I might just use a knife. Okay. Try not to peel your fingers. Okay. Is that a tier 5 fairy with the food skill? Oh. Yes, it is. It has a special limited edition skill. I'm actually sorry that's in sight. It should be in the cabinet, but at the same time, I am a home cook, nothing else, and as such, I do not like to pretend like dishwashing liquid is not part of a kitchen. And I will be using it today on stream, so it doesn't matter too much. It's, in a way, also a part of cooking. It's doing dishes. Nobody likes it, but we all have to do it. Let's stir the sugar before it burns. Okay, more of it is dissolved. A fun thing about sugar is that the amount of it that you can dissolve in water exponentially goes up as you heat it, as you heat the water. It's not working very well. Not good enough to be using a knife. I mean, that's what peelers were invented for. I just wish I had a good one still. I'm trying my best not to injure myself in the process of this as well, because that's important. Blunt tools are no bueno. That's being far more difficult than it should be. Next time I'm leaving them in the fridge. Make sure they're hardened up. High octane streaming action. ASMR potato peeling. Does the microphone even catch this? Probably not. Hey Cam! Yup, we have a cooking stream going. These potatoes today are not cooperating whatsoever. I suppose they just don't want to be eaten. What's cooking today? Pork cheeks and egg-based sweets. Hello! Nope, you're not late. Welcome on in. Oh, this one is really soft. Not good. I mean, they're still edible, but much longer, and they wouldn't be anymore. We need to go stir the sugar. Almost at pearl point. Not sure if you guys can see. Oh wait, hold on. Duh. Of course you can see it. Let me try it like that so you can get the dark background. It's almost there, but not quite yet. I need to make sure that doesn't burn. Like two sides. Yes. Yep. That's how video is, but that's just the internet in general. You got toxic people and nice people. Well, and also both. Like me. Much like the Striker and Mystic Discord, I'm toxic towards idiots. What class? Striker and Mystic. Oh, starting to boil. Needs to keep going. But it's almost done. I think. These smaller ones, I think I'm going to leave whole completely. Because it's easier to just cut the bigger ones down to size. So this one I'm holding right now, for instance, I am most likely going to leave it as is, and then try to make all the other ones roughly this size. Damn, that was stupid, yes. I don't remember it, but I can see that happening. Damn. Oh, this one is firm. Look at how much easier it is to peel. That one peels so much nicer. Still tough, but much nicer. Yep, that's what happens when you stop gambling. You just start progressing a lot faster. Okay, let me put all of that in the bin real quick. Okay, sugar is boiling. Let's check on it. Oops, sorry about that. I'm going to actually move it. Make sure it doesn't burn. Okay, there. Now it's on the smallest piece. And so, we are going to progress with the potatoes. Let's just... Bruh, no. Oh yeah, it doesn't work right now. Song requests don't work on this stream because I'm not using stream elements to play the music. Okay, so we just need to work on the bigger ones, so let's raise the camera a little bit. And let's see. That's about right. Roughly so. That's literally all we need. And now, don't forget important step. Okay, now that they are covered, we're leaving them like that with water so they don't turn brown. Or rather black in this case. Potato when it comes to cooking almost. Let's stir the sugar because it's boiling again. Okay, so we can keep waiting. Teen romance schmance, man. Let's see, are these okay, yeah. These look a little bit off color because they're frozen, but I guarantee you they're still fine. Oops. An issue has been spotted, but it will be okay. It seems the onions are alive. Now, we don't particularly need to chop these, so I'm just going to slice them in half, so I can peel them easier. I would say no. Yes, like, Shift F? No. Only in PvP. And even then, it's very situational. Might have to peel an extra layer off of these onions, honestly. Why are the skins so difficult to peel today? There we go. Okay. Got those tops off. Okay, now, I'm just going to slice these. You don't have to go too thin, that's going to be fine. They just have to be there and ideally not melt too much. Sorry, they hurt. Sting, rather. Do I ever bake? Well, I'm literally going to bake today. And I baked last time too. I did a cake. Okay, that's our onion and garlic. Oh right, you were sick, I'm sorry. Olive oil. Be generous, don't skimp on it. Let's throw in some salt. Trying to scrape the sides, cooking. Trying to scrape the sides to get all that sugar in. Oh, there we go. Can you see that? Hold on. Oh, it was better a moment ago. Almost there. Remember, this is sugar. If you get this on yourself, it's going to hurt a lot. I'm just not quite sure why is it foaming though. I'm going to consider that done. Okay, now, that's ready. What? She can do just life skills. If she wants to, yep. See if I can get... It was doing the thing. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now, this onto here, and we get that going. Let that onion crackle away while we come back here over onto our workstation, and we get to work on the meat. Remember, meat always lasts. These seem a little bit more manageable. Let's cut them one more time. I don't know... Well, now I likely won't know for sure the size of pork cheeks. So let's just cut them into chunks. Around 1 finger in thickness. This one I'm just going to leave like that. Now remember, we're handling pork, so everything you touch will be contaminated, and you have to be really careful. Let's get the wooden ladle. That one. Okay, there's our chunks. Oh, you're fine. Okay. Lick the pork, I will lick you. Right. Is Mystic very combo focused blast? Yes. Okay. Let's see. Yes. What the carried fuck said. I mean... That looks good. It's a shame you can barely see it. I'll have to adjust camera a little bit. Okay, so that's way too low. Law, he's talking about Gadra Ayed, not boss gear. He's already past that. Okay, I'm going to carefully wash my hands, not get any soap on the potatoes, or any water on my laptop. No. It's a gear you don't have yet, console player. That's a terribly bad idea. You have the gear, just keep grinding it. What PvP? Genbo's not good at PvP except in Elden Ring. Okay, that's good enough for me. So, bay leaf in. Let's not do that. How long do the guaranteed quests take? Yeah, 3 to 4 weeks. Trying to get all of this cooked on every side so that we can close the lid and let it go. You could actually just do that right now. I'm going to season it again. Hopefully that's not too much salt. Now, you get our MSG. Throw some in. Be liberal with it. It's not gonna kill you. Or is it? Dun dun dun.
This is my smoked paprika. We're going to throw in a healthy amount. It says a tablespoon. I say fuck the rules. And now, a bit of cayenne that we have in an unfamiliar bottle because this is sold by weights. Hopefully not too much. Now, pepper. How do you measure how much pepper is enough pepper? You know. Now I need to get the beer open. I just give this a casual, gentle stir. We're going to get all of the meats to get to know the spices. Okay, that's good enough. Once the beer is in, this is going to be a lot easier to stir, because volume. Oh, it smells really nice. And the beer itself has a nice amber color. It's not just the paprika here. Now, what we do is we lit it and let it hang out until everything else is done. So, reduce the heat to minimum. And put a lid on it.
Do we have a grab? Yes. Back onto the sink and work table. We are going to wash that cooking board because we had raw pork on it. So let me lower the camera again. Remember, water just wets. You need soap. Just a little bit. That's enough. Maggie scrub. Salt and water is not soap that does not kill bacteria.
if salt killed it, it would die inside our body. But it doesn't. Health inspection would like a word with you. Do you know what is the issue with raw pork? It's because of a parasite, in case you are not aware. And that parasite is a worm that, if you eat raw pork, will grow inside your intestines and then proceed to reproduce if left unchecked. Those things can grow up to several meters long while still inside your body. I think the record is 5 meters. Probably less. Cam, your teenager nuts is showing. And I'm like 5'8" in American-ish. 176 centimeters for those who are cultured. Cultured, yes, because Americans use the imperial system. People don't call them retard units for nothing. More scared of prions. What the fuck is a prion? Right. Let's take care of this. I've been done time in prison. You okay, okay. Don't worry about it, Gemba. He's a teenager. Now, this is an old school coffee grinder, but it's going to do the exact same that we want out of it otherwise. Just want to mince the almonds. Hopefully that's not too much. have a few lucky brave ones that survived. Oops, yeah, we're wasting it now. All of you confuse me. The devil's lettuce. What are you, 50? Actually, no, even the 50-year-olds do it now. Cam, tone it down. Okay, now. God. Anyway. We need to get on. Going. Oops. Seems this lid properly. What a shame. Now, I need to look at the recipe again, just real quick. I'm still here. I think we're going to move on to the eggs now. Because the meat is pretty much just done, you just have to let it sit. So the eggs. So we're going to mix the eggs, the yolks, and the almonds. Right. Alright. We need 10 eggs. So first we need 2 whole eggs. Now we need 8 yolks. One. Two. Three. Oops. 4. Yeah, then you went broke again. Five. Six. Seven. Eight. I told you. Now, our eggs are chicken, rather, are vaccinated, so this is fine. Drink the eggs? No, thank you. Right, the eggs. Brisas, thank you so much, Marco. Thank you for subscribing for 6 months of support. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Gonna tell me I need something on the wall again. Take your time, Gamba. Okay. That's messy, Jesus Christ. My wall needs more wall. Okay.
Okay. At that AP. Thank you very much, Marco. Bye, enjoy. At that AP, you can do Valencia, Camasilvia, and Dragon and little else. Because you're still too low DP. If you want the infinite HP or MP potion, you could go and get those. Shuriken is also fairly decent money. Sulfur too if you need skill points. But other than that, you should be fine. Oh, let's preheat the oven. Almost fucked it up. Let's preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. And we also need some water to be in there. So I'm going to add some now. And then top up further later. Right. The baking tray. You gotta move quickly, and I actually need to. Actually, never mind. That's fine. So, okay. We need a tablespoon of butter into the sugar and water mixture we made earlier. And now I'm going to use my fingers, they're clean. We're going to coat the inside of the baking tray. This is meant to do 10 portions, so we're going to go for that. Let me just... Yeah, that's 10. Be generous, or they will stick. Okay. We have coated all of them. Now wash your fingers. Alright, you will be, don't worry. This will be a while still.
Oh, Cam, you requested an ad break. Hold on. Cam redeemed an ad break, so give me a second, folks. That's 1 minute while I put sugar on these. Okay, that's all of them generously coated. Okay. Alright, so now we need to mix all that. I would rather this to not spoil the eggs. That is effectively my hope. It's kinda hot still, but otherwise this is getting way too thick. So I'm going to hope for the best. A little bit at a time. Make sure the eggs don't scramble. Keep stirring quickly. Okay. Get some water in that little pot. Now let's try and distribute this as evenly as we can across these 10 slots. We can only fill this to about 2/3 of the way, because they will grow a little bit since eggs. Oops, that one is a little bit too full. Doing my best here. It seems we have an excess. Ah, those were not coded. Ah, fuck it. Thank you. Oh, we'll be using a few more. Make sure nothing goes to waste. Hopefully these will be enough. But how am I gonna get these in the water as well? That's gonna be complicated. Fuck. I mean, I have room, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of scared these will melt. But, well, as they say, let's fuck around and find out. The good thing about these small ones is that we can put sugar in one and go slowly progressing towards the next one instead of having to dump them all just like that. So now we pick it up carefully, coat the walls as best as we can. Then dump it, any remaining, into the next one. This takes a lot of sugar. We're gonna get some heart-shaped ones. How fancy. Cute! If we still have leftovers, I don't know what else to do. Yep, we still have leftovers. Whatever. Not like I can leave this for another time, so. Now, there is a procedure here that's going to be difficult. So, the oven is still heating up, unfortunately. But what we have to do essentially now is to put this in the water and then these as well without burning ourselves. That's going to be a challenge. And these have different heights too. So let's pray that it goes well. Careful that, because the oven is quite hot. Smoking hot, actually. Mission successful. Without burning myself, which is the bonus. Fucking hell. Now, where's the lid? It's in the sink. This goes back into the cabinet. This, well, a bit unfortunate, but we literally have no more room for this. So. We have to leave that for roughly 15 to 20 minutes. So right now it's 7:35. In 15 minutes, someone let me know, please. I think Mir just accepted the responsibility. Thank you. I mean, I could not be lazy and just set a timer on the oven itself. But then it'll turn off, which is not exactly what I want. Oh fuck. Putting water in this was not that smart. Let me put this away somewhere else. That made a mess of the floor. Damn. Sorry folks, I need to just quickly wipe down the floor, so... Ugh. God damn it. What a terrible mess. I was not expecting that to happen. Right, so. The potatoes, we have to boil them. Oh, didn't actually need this. These can be put away too. We're gonna go check some things over there. Woo. Someone here looking mighty fine. Look at that. Some pieces are still a little bit tough, which is expected because it's pork. So, you get back in there. We'll add some liquid if necessary, but otherwise, we're just going to leave that, let it keep going exactly the way it is right now, because we want those meat cells, protein, completely beaten down by the heat. In the meantime, let's put a lid on this to preserve heat. Is it this one? Yes. Right on. So, while we wait, we're gonna do the usual. Wash up. Oops. Let's see. Gotta get the machine open. Okay. Get these utensils in there. Whatever you can, save yourself the hassle. Put it into the washer. What you can't, well, yeah, the dishwasher simulator. I have a terrible joke for that. We all know what it is. Well, some of them do. Right, and we need to wash. Let's see. We haven't done this yet, so. We'll just leave that there. This can be washed. Good enough. Ow. What time is it? Almost 15 minutes. I'm gonna leave these for future me. Are you fellows boiling yet? No. Now, I don't know how to actually check if those things are cooked or not, but we're going to give it a try by poking it with a toothpick. Careful when opening the oven. You can see all that steam, can you not? I mean, I would say they're done. I have no idea. I'm going to turn the oven off and leave them there for another 5 minutes, so until 55. Goodness me, it's hot in here. Getting hungry now? Well, it's just normal, isn't it? Is it 12 egg dessert again? No, this time it's just 10. Oh, I need a breeze. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, could the potatoes please boil faster? Thank you. We're just waiting for the potatoes to boil now. This needs water. Definitely needs water. Let's see. Let's taste test. Oh, there's thunder. It's tender enough to hard to fake that, honestly. Honestly, really good. Spicy where though? It's not spicy. Like, it's good, it's flavorful, but it's not spicy whatsoever. So let's double down on the spicy. The potatoes. That's you. Wait, no. They still need a few more minutes, as you can clearly see. Bad news, I have to get more. And this shit's not cheap. I just added like a few fingers of water and it's already gone. Like fully. Oh shit, I can pull the dessert out. Hold on. Sheesh! Well... I love you too. Okay, so... time for an adventure. Let's try to not get burned. Okay, these came out fine. I think they're firm-ish. They will firm as they cool. Let's let them rest and hang out right here while I work out a way to pull that out without getting burned. So give me a second. Don't worry. Next thing you know, I'm putting the tray with the mini cakes in view. Give me a second. Done. Shoot. Okay, let's leave the oven door slightly open. We need to check on the taters. Yep, taters done. Let's turn that off. Okay. So we open that lid. I'm gonna move this out of the way because these need to cool off a little bit. Okay. What? I didn't say eating now. That's funny. Okay, Now, I'm going to pour a little bit of this water into there, just for reasons. I need more oven mitts. Y'all should sponsor them. Okay. These potatoes came out a little bit too big. Kinda late now, but... Actually, not too late. Give me a second. There's very few things that can't be fixed when it comes to cooking. One of them is something being too big. I know I like them big, but others don't really as much as I do. Fucker. You are fine. You are not fine. Hey Lord, welcome on in. You tuned in right at the end. Oh, that reminds me. Guys, we have good news. Lore has finished the model. It's fully done. It's getting presented very shortly. I would say in like a week or two, as promised before. I am going to present it and debut it on the 200th treasure hunting stream. So right now we are on stream 145. Next one is... Sorry, we are on 194. Next one is 195. And then on the 200th we will show off the model. I will say it's looking amazing, and I can confirm we have a blip. Okay, now I need to dispose of the water. Woof woof is fairly correct, I suppose. Shake my head. The things, the degrading things people make me say. Hiya. Damn! I'm glad I reacted on time. I poured boiling water over my knee short and sneakers. Good thing it was much, so I'm not burnt. Do not be alarmed. Right. I am going to see if I can remove one of the pieces of dessert from the casing yet. So I'm just going to pull a small plate out. Let's see if that'll do. And a serving plate for myself. I'm not good at presentation. I'm sorry. That's probably the most favorable side. Okay. These are cool enough for me to do this, so here goes nothing. The silicone is stretchy, so fuck it. Actually, not bad at all! Look at that! That's looking great! Nice, clean. And we got it. Not sure we'll be as lucky with removing all of the other ones, but here's the hoping. Seems they could have used a little bit more. Nope. Oh, that's good. Appreciate that, chat. We can make an icon out of this. Someone take a screenshot real quick. I'm going to take a photo. And I also need to take a picture of this. Come on, let me get some good lighting. There we go. And now a close-up for the camera. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The pork cheeks, which are actually tenderloin and not cheeks at all, but that's pork meat. I can do that with a fork. That's good. Oh, they're spicy now. Nice. And the potatoes, which probably could have boiled a little bit longer. Amazing though. Now, normally you eat this with your hands, but I am no savage. You got a cross section. Kind of. It's all egg. Oh, fuck me, that is good. God damn it. I don't like the Brazilian version because of the coconut, but this one is fucking amazing. I'm so sorry. It's really good. Sheesh. And you can barely feel the almond too, which is amazing. But, I mean, you can taste it, but you can't feel it. Also, if you want to gain weight, this is amazing. Because this is a fucking calorie bomb. Like a calorie grenade, if you so will. Well, that's it from me for now. I will see you guys for another cooking stream in hopefully 2 weeks. Until then, there will be no stream tomorrow because I am unfortunately working. But I might come live in the evening, which is unusual, but I will do my best. Hopefully, we can get the treasure hunting streams going along, so we can debut the model. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Lord, for being amazing. Go check him out, everyone. He makes really cool 3D models. And the prices are very fair. I will say that much. For the quality, they are extremely fair. So, bye-bye. Mwah. I love you too.